Ladies and gentlemen, how do?
Coming hot on the heels of the Starmer regime pushing for mandatory digital ID cards known as the Brit card. The recent tech bro deals regarding AI data farms, Barry Ellison, CEO of Oracle, the single largest donor to the Blair Institute, possibly to be given the contract for the Brit card, and how Palantir is already harvesting our NHS data. Is all of this just one big coincidence? Meanwhile, here is a scary story coming out of the US. And are we naive enough to think that the UK government wouldn't do this as well? An Israel-based technology and government-funded surveillance company, NSO, developed a mobile phone spyware called Pegasus, which was sold to governments all around the world after it was discovered on several journalists' phones, including the phone of the wife of assassinated journalist Jamal Khashoggi. US under Biden blacklisted NSO, but it did have a $2 million contract with another Israeli-based company for ICE to use a similar but improved version of this spyware called Paragon. The contract was suspended by Biden, but now, under Trump, he is lifting that suspension and is buying the latest version of this spyware to be used by his masked ICE secret police. Rachel Maddow reports on the recent developments, and we should all be vigilant regarding what our governments are doing behind our backs. Some serious questions need to be asked regarding what Starmer and his new US mates, the tech bros, are planning to do with our personal data.
Every once in a while, we want to bring you a story that is basically just a heads up, like set yourself a news alert on this term or this headline. This is something to watch. This is one of those stories. 4 years ago or so, back in 2021, a group of 17 different news organizations from all over the world, they teamed up for a dangerous, fascinating, interesting, huge reporting project. And it was about a new technology that was called Pegasus. And this was technology that was for spying on people. It was for espionage, but it was also for surveillance. It was basically spyware that could be installed on a person's phone. And while that isn't a new concept, what this Pegasus spyware could do was actually shocking, like kind of stop you in your tracks. Shocking. Some of the reporters who worked on this big, dangerous international reporting project about Pegasus, they described it for a really excellent Frontline documentary that aired on PBS. Watch.
Pegasus is designed to infect phones like iPhones or Androids, and once in the phone, it can extract and access everything from the device. It can even access the mic or the camera of your phone remotely.
It's like a person over your shoulder, a person who will see what you are seeing, a person who will watch what you are watching, your emails, your encrypted communication, everything. So once you are infected, you're trapped.
Once you are infected, you're trapped. This Pegasus thing is basically total surveillance through your phone. And it's what they call a zero-click piece of spyware. You don't have to click on anything wrong or open something you're not supposed to open. You don't have to do anything wrong. They can just infect your phone with this thing without you knowing. And once they've infected your phone, they can access everything that is in your phone and everything you do with your phone. So they can see any of your apps, anything you're looking at, including anything that's encrypted. They can see and listen to all of your phone calls. They can see all of your photos. They can see your location, both in real time and any place you've ever looked up. They can see any notes that you have to yourself. They can see your email. They can see your texts. They can turn on the camera to watch you through your phone. They can turn on the microphone to record you through your phone, all without you knowing. The journalists who worked on this big international reporting project on Pegasus found that this technology was being used by authoritarian governments all over the globe to target hundreds of people, some of which, yes, were criminals, but the people targeted also included journalists and human rights activists and opposition politicians. Traces of that particular spyware were even found on a phone that belonged to the wife of murdered Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. So not long after that really disturbing reporting about Pegasus came out, the Biden administration put the company that made Pegasus, an Israeli spyware company, it put that Israeli spyware company on an official blacklist. But by then, other companies were already developing similar spyware. And then last year, October 2024, the Biden administration suspended and started reviewing a small $2 million contract with another company that had roots in Israeli intelligence, a small $2 million contract with ICE for a company called Paragon. In March 2025, this spring, reporting from Italy showed that spyware made by Paragon was turning up on the phones of immigration activists and at least one journalist and a friend of Pope Francis. Again, the company's called Paragon. The Biden administration last year stopped that company's contract with ICE. And that made a lot of sense when they did that in 2024. It made sense to stop that contract in 2024. It might make sense in 2025 for the US government to still not have contracts with firms like that, right? I mean, under American principles, like the right to privacy and free speech and peaceful protest and the Fourth Amendment prohibitions against unreasonable search and seizure, no-click spyware that can surveil everything about you without you knowing, it doesn't make that much sense for our government to have that kind of power. We don't want that stuff turning up on the phones of people in our country, right? Well, I said this was a heads up kind of segment. Here's the headline that gives us all the heads up on this. Quote, ICE reactivated its $2 million contract with Israeli spyware firm Paragon. This reporting from tech journalist Jack Polson was soon confirmed by Wired, and then it was confirmed by the Washington Post. And it does appear that the Trump administration has decided to reactivate the contract with that spyware company. The Washington Post reports that it's not clear why the contract has been reactivated or what exactly happens next or what ICE is going to do with this type of technology. The Post was unable to get comment from the company in question. But this company makes total surveillance technology of a type that has been linked to some of the scariest human rights abuses in the developed world. And of course, the news that Trump wants ICE to have it comes just as the Supreme Court has given the go-ahead for the Trump administration to restart roving immigration patrols in Los Angeles, in which ICE admits they're going after people on the basis of their ethnicity. It comes just as the Trump administration announces a new immigration blitz in the great city of Chicago. I mean, yeah, with what Trump is having ICE do and the possibility of ICE having access to this kind of technology, what could possibly go wrong, right? Set yourself a news alert on this company, Paragon. On this one, you are definitely going to want to watch this space.
You're going to use this phone. This is effectively we'll call it the perpetrator's phone.
Okay.
And you're the perp. You've got access to everything I do on this phone. We'll call this phone the victim's phone. So if you look at that phone there, that's your dashboard. So you are all set to effectively spy on me for the next 2 days. Whiteboard marker, whiteboard pen, just a black one.
Joe is buying a whiteboard marker.
Oh, okay.
And I can hear it. Can you hear it?
You've got a black one.
That is so bizarre. I can see Joe picking up a bike.
I can also flip between the front camera and the back camera on Joe's phone.
This is quite creepy. I can see where Joe's moving. It's not just updating every so often, it's a live image. It's just gone 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to try and see his screen now. I think it might be Candy Crush again. I can't just see what he's up to right now, but I can see what he's been doing over the course of the past few hours. There are alerts at the top of the screen for his text messages, for social media. So there seems to be a record function where I can go back through all the calls that Joe's made and listen to them.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I haven't really got an excuse. I think I might have been tired or distracted. So Joe, it's fair to say you learned a lot about me through spying. Can I have that back?
Yeah, you can take that.
Thank you. The amazing thing was for me, obviously knew that you were filming me or listening in or reading my messages, but I had no idea when. Nothing happened, the screen stayed blank unless I was playing with it. No notifications, no battery use, but this data was being sent to you all the time.
After Edward Snowden, the lesson that we all need to learn is that our privacy no longer exists. And if you want true privacy, then throw your internet router in the bin along with your mobile phones. Only then will you regain some privacy. The rest has already been sold. Massive shout out to the lads over on All Shots AI for making my words come to life. Say hello to them. Well, folks, if you enjoyed this video, then not only are you lovely people, but you also have great taste, and you should also subscribe to the Two Davies for news and politics from a very Scottish perspective, and that rantastic Mr. McGuinness. You should also subscribe to Mr. Daily Blasé's channel for merriment, mischief, and the Friday frolics. Cue growling cat.